Okay, there's been major developments in the Marc Guehi signing for Newcastle United. I've just seen that there's reports that apparently he's close to signing for Newcastle for about 60 million. I think Newcastle are trying to haggle. I don't think they want to be paying 60 million. I think 60 million is a little bit steep. If I'm being honest, I think that's quite a lot of money. Even though Marc Guehi's a very good central defender, and Newcastle could do with him, they really could. I would say 40, touching on 50 million. I think that is kind of where I would be if I was Newcastle, and I'd probably go for 40 million with add-ons, or 45 million with add-ons that lead to 50 million. But if they do overpay for him, listen, they've got a very good centre-back, and they've got someone who can provide competition for Botman and Share, or even replace one of them. Because I don't think Lascelles is the long-term answer as a backup, and Dan Burn isn't either, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think this is one that Newcastle need to get done, because the trick is you want to buy when you're strong, and Newcastle are strong. You know, I done a video yesterday about saying that I think they're going to come fifth this season. A lot of people have said that Newcastle are not going to have a good year this year. But I back them to have a good year. I think their team is very good. Again, it all depends on Isak and Bruno Guimaraes. Will they still be Newcastle players? Gordon should be a Newcastle player by the end of the window. But yeah, you look at Harvey Barnes, Isak, Gordon, Jacob Murphy's still there. And that midfield, man, that midfield of Tonali, Joe Linton and Bruno, that is a good midfield. Then to add Guehi into that, and he'll probably partner Botman, because Botman's the left footer. Share will come in and out. Livramento, Trippier as fullbacks. Lewis Hall will probably get more football as well. Pope in goal, that's a good team. That's a very good team. But that's one player they definitely need to get. Marc Guehi would definitely make Newcastle stronger, but I just think 60 million is a little bit steep. I think Newcastle should try and play the game for a little bit, try and haggle, see what they can do. But where does that leave Palace? I mean, Palace have already lost Elise, and they might lose Guehi. Eze's been linked with a move away. It means that Palace are going to need to spend that money wisely, because if they can get 60 million for Guehi, that's, you know, they've probably got 120 million-ish to spend with it, with Elise and Guehi leaving. And if Eze leaves, that could be about 160. So, yeah, Palace have got a lot of money to potentially be spending. And they've got a good manager who got them playing really good football last season. And I'm sure he can work some deals out and get Palace the players they need to make sure they don't miss those players too much. But as for Newcastle, I think they need to try and play the game for a little bit, try and see if they can get the price a bit lower, because I don't think he's worth 60 million. But I think Newcastle, for where they are, the centre-backs they've got, I think it's a deal they probably need to try and get done, and he'll be a very good player for them. Guehi would work out really well under Eddie Howe. So I think it's good. It's a good signing for them. And yeah, but they need to just play the game, and hopefully at the end of it, they'll get their man. But yeah, Marc Guehi to Newcastle, it sounds like it's close. We just got to see what happens.